Morning all, and well, it's morning here in the UK, but thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to just do a little show video of how I make dial codes for old telephones. So these are the pre-1960s dial codes. There is an old version which I can show you a bit later, but I'm going to make some up because I've bought a telephone, one of my compact telephones, and yeah, I'm going to complete one and show you. In GPO days, it was important to have your phone number, and when you picked up the phone call, you would relay your number so people would know who they're talking to, and what number they've got to, because obviously sometimes through error, especially with the exchanges, they could get put through to the wrong person, or there could be a person on the line that shouldn't be, and lots of other interference. So yes, I've made these two. I've just got these off the computer, these two, and the sizes I've scaled precisely. I've got another original label, dial label, just to put over the top, and I've moved around that now. Again, sorry, I'll try my best to hold the camera. So, is it going to work? Yeah, so if you wanted to move this round, oops, if you wanted to move this round, you would right click, go to text wrapping, and you would click on tight. That allows you to move it round next to objects, because IT can be really funny. You put it next to an image and then it will shoot off in another direction, and it's very frustrating. So just square it for that, okay? Or you can have it behind, but actually you don't want to shadow it. So yeah, I'll show you once again, text wrapping, and then go to tight. Okay, secondly, because obviously you can't just type into these boxes here, I've made a text box, right clicked on that text box, and I ensured that we couldn't see the now how do I do this? Oh yes, okay, so once you right click again on your text box, you can click the colour of your border. So I've just made it a white one. Now if you want to write in it again, you just edit, and I think it is one of these that you just type in. Yeah, so you should just be able to, when you make the text box, they give you the option, and you just right click into it. So I'm going to write down an original 1967 code that I've sourced, and I'll show you how I sourced those in a second. Right on. Okay, now then the number for that area was 924 during that period in 1967. Now I like to have in bold the place name, because that's obviously quite important, and then the number underneath I just unbold. Okay, now I like again to have them all the same style, so to do a quick format paintbrush if you like. Oh no, that's gone not how I wanted it. Okay, no, that's fine, I'll leave it like that, but I have unbolded it, but you can play around with the different texts if you so wish. Okay, so now I'm going to show you where I got the codes from, because I wasn't around during that time, although I probably have been born in the wrong era. So there is this very good Sam Hallis. Now some of you might be aware of this directory, and there is hundreds and hundreds from different years as you can see. So we've got a range of different eras, dates, years, you know, especially particularly when the numbers started doubling, when exchanges got a bit bigger. So yeah, if anybody wants me to make any, just pop a comment down, and I'll happily send some over to you. So yeah, it got a bit interesting after the 1970s when numbers got a bit bigger for that. So there's an range, and you can find your geographical location that you're intending. Pretty much this source has got everything. Also, I've printed off a GPO dialing charge or codes. This one's specific ones for London, but you can choose anywhere Again, you've got loads of dates here. Obviously, this is pre-1950s because you've still got the individual code for the areas. Then numbers just got too big and they were running out of numbers, essentially. So they got rid of the letters and just replaced them all with numbers. And as you can see, there's quite a few. So this is just a PDF that I've printed off. Again, I've got loads of original directories from 1950s onwards. So yeah, that's quite fascinating to have. So again, if anybody wants any sources, just let me know. So yeah, that is the GPO subscriber trunk dialing. This specific one is for London, but you can get them anywhere really. Okay, so yeah, let me just move that out of the way now. If we go back to our Word document here, our 2 dials, well, we only really need one today, so I've only used one, and that one you can hand write on there afterwards or whatever you want to do it. So I'm now going to print this and I'm going to show you what I printed on once it loads. It's quite a slow computer, this one. But yeah, so I've made loads and I always trace back where the telephones come from. So I can just click OK. I always trace the telephone, so if I buy it off somebody or I find or somebody's donated it to me, I will find, track where the location is as near as possible. Obviously they do get lost or changed hands quite a bit. So yeah, it is important to ensure that you get the right, well, I find it important anyway. So yeah, so this specific one's from Nottingham, and I've just put Watton down, but any, you know, you can put any places that you want. I have got the older style version as well. Let me see if I can show you any others that I've made. Rotary. Ta-da. Okay, so I've made some obviously different ones here as well. Again, I always like to make this font a little bit less. Ely. Oh, that one's been cut off there. Okay, yeah, I don't know why that's gone there, but again, because I've squared it, I can move it around and just put it there. Printer is offline, that's because I haven't turned it on. Okay, so there's lots of different ones. This is just, I haven't made this, I've just got the template off the computer. So as you can see, 100 would be operator and then your emergency services as well. Don't scan. And then I'm going to print this on white card. And the reason I'm going to print it on white card is because card is also a bit more robust, especially if moisture gets underneath the dial cap. Then you have got that in place. What's going on with this? Okay. Just print again. So here, as you can see, you can make the dials, the dial coloration. Some people like to do it faded, so you can T-dye if you wanted, I suppose, make it a bit more authentic. Some of them come in like a lighter brown, which I've seen as well, which is fine too. You know, just put lighter brown card in the printer. Yeah, I use white card. I just have it on plain white card and then I cut round it as precisely as possible. My cutting's not amazing. I suppose you could put something around it, but I'm quite chilled. When it comes out of the printer, I will show you guys me cutting it and popping it in. So yeah, if I just show you that now, actually, okay. So yeah, really good resource for you. Okay, so if we go up here, just show you. Okay, so this is the compact telephone 1980s that I'm going to put one in. As you can see, my other compacts, they only came in brown, blue and white, and you got a Jubilee design as well from the GPO. So yeah, these little ones, and these were wall mounted. That was the idea. That's why they're quite small with the bell box just underneath. So got a drawing pin here, and you very carefully, now this is one I've already opened up, so I'm just showing you guys if you like, and then you just put it in between. I personally wouldn't use a knife or a screwdriver. I've seen some videos that do, and I just think you're going to chip this little thin sheet of plastic, which is not the best. Okay, because you want to keep everything original. You can, luckily, you can buy these individually, which is great, and this is what's great about this hobby. People have kept it going, source bits and pieces like, you know, receiver ends and things like that. So I'm going to cut the circle and I'm going to put it in there. So it will hopefully look like one of these. Now, they do look a bit new, but over time they will wear. This is an original one that came with the telephone, and as you can see, old number, and then obviously somebody's also added to the number as well as time has gone on. Yeah, let me show you some of the older designs. So if I come down here into my older cabinet, so yeah, let's just have a little look at one of these. Now this was an original one, and you can see it's a bit more faded. The design is a little bit more different, but essentially it's the same really. Operator was 0 before it came 100. So, and some of them, they haven't even got operator because you didn't even need them. Okay, so there's some of them. I can hear the printer printing now, so I'm gonna close this beautiful cabinet whilst I grab that. And then, yeah, we'll put it into there. Lovely stuff. Right, let me bring you back over here. My printer's gone crazy. Oh, here we go. It's actually printed quite a few, but never mind, I can show you that. So this is the old style. And as you can see, I've just put Alfredo, which is from Wales, and then a code. So these are all original codes, because, yeah, no, there's all original. But you could make up your own area. Sometimes I've made up my hometown. Some of the press button, you know, the later on versions, the late 80s, they had these little square ones, so you can make those too. Leamington, hailing on, lots of different locations where telephones have come from. So, and then the actual one that I am working on probably hasn't come just out the printer just yet. So 1 minute folks, I'll give you a chance to look through them. I think unfortunately it printed on the wrong page, but that's fine. I'm going to put my card back in because I like to use white card here. So I'm going to grab some more white card, and this is just white card that I've bought specifically for this. Yeah, as I say, I quite like having cards just because I think it's a little bit more professional, but there's nothing to say that you couldn't use a paper one. I've never come across a paper dial, but yeah. Okay. So, here we are. Oops, I need to open that. Need to turn the printer on. And as I say, look, I've got another code book here as well. This one is dated 1985, so there's lots of different code books. Lots of different code books you can use. Within here, I've printed off quite a lot of information as well from GPO, other codes and things. So here we are. Lovely. Okay, so these are our two. Where can I prop you guys up? Sorry, I'm having a tea because it is still the morning. Well, late morning, I suppose. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm just now going to, bear with, cut this out. And I have to say, when the dial code, or the dial label, they're actually called, from the GPO, are in, I don't actually know if the GPO supplied the label. I would have thought they would have, but obviously as they kept changing, yeah, I'm not sure if they were provided or they had to be made. So here we are. cut it out as best as I can, as you can see. Not brilliant, but hey ho. I'm not too bothered about that, as long as it's the original number. That for me is the key element for me. Okay, so let's have a go at this. So again, back to the compact telephones. So I'm going to take off the cap because I've already moved it with this little drawing pin, and as you can see, not much damage. You know, it's still quite nice and pretty. They are very easy to chip, so we don't particularly want that. And because I've made this to size, it fits in beautifully. Okay, so we'll just put the cap on. Might have to put you guys down for this so I can press it in. 1 second. Here we are. Brilliant, there we go. Sorry about that. I am not very good, but yes, this is the compact telephone, and I'll show you a little bit about this. So when you're talking to whomever, you can say hello 924 or whatever, and this specific number of the code is 924. Now that is the telephone code number, so there'll probably be another 2 digits under that for your own personal home down the street, because there's going to be hundreds of telephones. So yeah, that's more the exchange, but then the person could write their name, the 2 digits or 1 digit number after it. And then obviously we got to 11 numbers and then 12. So yeah, it's really grown from there. But thanks very much for watching. And yeah, if you want a dial code, if you've got an older phone, more than happy to make you some, or, you know, whatever, I can, you know, chat to you and advise you if necessary. But yeah, take care and thanks for watching.